Every Toy Story movie has made us cry, but they were always about the toys. Being outgrown, being replaced, being left behind. Toy Story 5 does something the other four never dared to do. It turns the camera around and makes the movie about us, about what's happening to real kids right now in real life. And if you actually sit with what this film is saying, it might be the darkest, most uncomfortable message Pixar has ever hidden inside a kid's movie. I'm going to walk you through exactly what Toy Story 5 is really about and why that ending is so much heavier than it looks. Let's get into it. Here's where Toy Story 5 begins, and notice how different it is from every other film in the franchise. Bonnie, the little girl who inherited Woody and the gang at the end of Toy Story 3, is now 8 years old. And she has a problem that has nothing to do with toys. She can't make friends. New kids move into the neighborhood, and Bonnie wants to connect with them. But she can't, because every single kid around her is glued to a screen. They don't play. They scroll, and Bonnie is the one kid who's different. She still loves her toys. She still plays pretend. In any other movie, that would make her the hero. In this movie, it makes her a target. Watch what the franchise does here. For 4 movies, the toy's biggest fear was being abandoned by a kid who grew up. Toy Story 5 introduces a scarier version of that fear. A kid who wants to stay a kid, but the world won't let her. That's not a toy problem. That's a real problem, and Pixar knows it. Then Bonnie's parents do the most well-meaning thing in the world. They buy her a tablet, a frog-shaped smart device named LilyPad. Lily, for short. And here's the genius of this character. Lily looks like the villain. She pulls Bonnie away from the toys. She offers Bonnie something the toys can't, a way to talk to other kids through an app called The Pond. Slowly, Bonnie starts spending less time with Jessie, Woody, and Buzz, and more time staring into the screen. But Lily isn't evil, and this is the part that makes the movie so uncomfortable. Lily genuinely believes she's helping Bonnie. She wants Bonnie to make friends. She wants Bonnie to be happy. Her intentions are good. Think about how unsettling that is. The other Toy Story villains were straightforward. A jealous bear, a control freak, a collector. Lily is something new. She's the thing in every kid's life that everyone agrees is helpful, that the parents chose, that means well, and is quietly replacing something precious anyway. That's not a cartoon villain. That's a mirror. And the movie watches Jessie realize she can't fight it. Because how do you fight something everyone thinks is good for your kid? And that's why this is really Jessie's movie. There's a line that's the emotional center of the whole film. Jessie admits out loud, "I'm losing Bonnie to this device." Sit with that line. Because it's not a line about a toy. Every parent watching that movie has felt exactly that fear. Losing their kid, not to a person, not to growing up, but to a screen. Pixar took the most modern anxiety that exists and put it in the mouth of a cowgirl doll. So Jessie does something desperate. When Bonnie gets invited to a sleepover, her first real shot at friends, Jessie and Bullseye sneak into her suitcase. They're trying to save her. And what happens is the cruelest scene in the movie. At the party, the other kids see Bonnie brought toys, and they mock her for it. "You still play with toys?" And Bonnie, humiliated, has her dad take Jessie and Bullseye back home. She chooses the screen. She has to. The shame is too much. That's the moment Jessie loses. Not in a fight. She loses the way real things get lost. Quietly. To embarrassment. To wanting to fit in. And then the movie gets even bolder. Jessie and Bullseye escape, but they get picked up by an elderly couple and taken somewhere unexpected, a farmhouse. And not just any farmhouse. It's the home of Emily, Jessie's original owner, the girl who loved her and then outgrew her decades ago. The heartbreak from Toy Story 2 that some of you are already tearing up about. And in the shed behind that house, Jessie finds something haunting, a room full of forgotten toys, a potty training toy named Smarty Pants, locked in sleep mode for years because his kid grew up. A camera named Snappy and a GPS hippo named Atlas, abandoned in a drawer. These are toys whose entire purpose ended, and they're just waiting in the dark. And every one of them tells Jessie the same thing the toys in the neighborhood told her at the start. It's over. Nobody plays anymore. Hide. Accept it. This is Pixar showing you the future the toys are terrified of. Not a single sad goodbye, but a whole graveyard of obsolescence. The movie is asking a genuinely dark question. What happens to the things we loved when the world simply moves past them? and it doesn't flinch from the answer. But here's where Toy Story 5 does something I did not expect, and it completely changes the message. Jessie discovers that a new family now lives in Emily's old farmhouse, a 9-year-old girl named Blaze. And Blaze is just like Bonnie. She loves animals, she has model horses, she still plays. Another kid quietly hiding the fact that she hasn't given up on imagination. Jessie realizes, if Bonnie and Blaze could just find each other, neither of them would be alone. And how does Jessie pull it off? Using the forgotten tech toys. Snappy the camera, Atlas the GPS, and eventually, Lily herself. Watch what the movie just did. The villain was technology, and the solution is also technology. Jessie uses the very devices that were replacing play to reconnect two lonely kids. Even Lily, once she overhears Bonnie's mom say that being different is okay, that Bonnie should stay true to herself, Lily realizes she misunderstood. She thought she was helping by making Bonnie fit in. She was actually erasing what made Bonnie special, and she's heartbroken about it. She runs away out of guilt. So the movie's real message sharpens into something far more honest than "screen's bad." It's saying technology isn't the enemy. Using it to make kids the same is the enemy. Used wrong, it isolates. Used right, it connects. That's a shockingly mature thing to put in a Toy Story movie. In the end, Jessie's plan works. Bonnie comes to the farmhouse. And at first, it still almost fails. Bonnie's so scared of being mocked again that she won't open up, even tells Blaze to just keep the toys. But then Blaze does the brave thing. She admits she loves toys too. She's different, just like Bonnie. And in that moment, two kids who both thought they were the only ones find each other. It's a happy ending, but think about what it took to get there. It took a doll throwing herself out of a moving car, a graveyard of abandoned toys, a little girl publicly humiliated for being a child. The happiness at the end is real. But Pixar made you walk through something genuinely dark to earn it, because the fear underneath never fully goes away. Bonnie found one friend who's like her, one, in a whole world moving the other direction. So here's what I keep thinking about, and I need your take. Toy Story 5 looks like a fun movie about toys versus a tablet, but it's really about something a lot more uncomfortable. What childhood is turning into, and what gets lost along the way. The toys in this movie are us. The parents who bought the tablet, meaning well, are us. And Bonnie, the kid caught in the middle, is every kid right now. So tell me, did Pixar get it right? Is Toy Story 5 a genuine warning about screens and childhood? Or am I reading too much darkness into a movie that's ultimately hopeful? Drop warning or too dark in the comments, and tell me what you felt watching that party scene. I'm replying to comments for the first hour this is live, so come talk to me. And the real question I can't answer, was Lily the villain? Or was she just trying to help, the same way the toys were? Because if she's not a villain, then this movie doesn't have one. And that might be the most honest thing about it. If you want more hidden meaning in the movies you grew up with, this is exactly what this channel does. Hit subscribe, because we're just getting started on Pixar. See you in the next one.